It is a well-known adage that knowing your past allows you to better understand your present. But we often hear many students complain about their boring history class. And the one question that always gets me, why is this even important to me now? Arlington Public News spoke with author, historian, and lecturer David McCullough about the importance of knowing, teaching, and loving your history, and why history that is well taught is anything but boring.
I think that history is not sufficiently required, particularly in college and university levels, and I think too many of the textbooks are extremely boring. And history should never be made boring, because history isn't boring. History is human. History is about people. It's about life. Part of the reason that history is so important is that it helps us come to an understanding of certain fundamental truths. One of them is that there's no foreseeable future, no such thing as a self-made man or woman, and that our actions have consequences. And there's no such thing as the past. Nothing ever happened in the past. People who lived in other times didn't walk around saying, "Isn't this fascinating, living in the past?"
But how can history be taught to engage and excite students? We asked McCullough for insights into the teaching of history.
I think we need to bring the lab technique to the teaching of history. And by that I mean, you don't just give the student everything. You don't just explain everything. You give them a project to work on. And it can be anything from produce a small documentary film about a building on the next corner, or it can be I give you a historic photograph and say, write your term paper about this. When you finish writing this term paper, you will be the world's leading expert on that subject. My advice to teachers would be to know what you're talking about. The greatest teachers, the most effective teachers, are those who are enthusiastic about their subject matter. They love it. Show them what you love. Show them why you love the story of the Panama Canal or whatever it is. And they'll get it.
If you are interested in McCullough's discussion of history, be sure to read one of his many books, including Pulitzer Prize winner John Adams. And remember to learn about and find ways to engage in your own history. This is Lauren Alejandro with Arlington Public News.